Guys, Mojang is actually working, and without any exaggeration, we are facing an update that will truly revolutionize the way we used to play Minecraft. Just so you have an idea, we will have a rideable flying ghast, which by the way can be used as if it were a flying solid block, so you can get on top of it and do whatever you want, and this will definitely open up a lot of possibilities. Anyway, get comfortable in your chair and let's discuss everything that was announced at Minecraft Live 2025. Well, as you know, now Minecraft updates are divided into 3 throughout the year. The first update of the year is usually a drop, announcing several new features, but not as significant as the second major mid-year update, 1.21, 1.22, 1.23. Towards the end of the year, another small drop is released with other relatively minor additions. And in this case, we received the Spring to Life update, and one of its first additions is the introduction of regional variants of classic mobs. Pigs, cows, and chickens in the game will now have versions adapted to hot and cold climates. In cold biomes, cows have more hair and chickens have denser feathers, while in hot regions, pigs are slimmer and more heat resistant. These changes go beyond aesthetics, as each variant will have unique behaviors and traits that impact gameplay, something every skilled Minecraft player has anticipated for years. The community has been eagerly anticipating the new environmental elements, which have finally arrived. A standout feature is the addition of falling leaves in forests, enhancing the realism and beauty of the landscapes as players explore these areas. Firefly bushes, and these bushes basically emit a soft glow at night, lighting up the environment and creating a magical atmosphere. Whispers of sand. In deserts, we'll hear the soft sounds of wind blowing over sand, enhancing the atmosphere of these arid biomes. These additions aim to make Minecraft more dynamic and alive, encouraging players to explore every corner of the map to discover these new features. And man, one thing I saw a lot of people celebrating was the arrival of the Vibrant Visuals feature, which literally translates to Vibrant Visuals, and basically it's an official shader pack that enhances the game's graphics without compromising its classic visual identity. Unlike some community-created shaders that drastically alter Minecraft's appearance, Vibrant Visuals were designed to preserve the game's essence while making it significantly more realistic and visually appealing. Soft shadows, improved sun and clouds, and reflections that complement the beloved pixelated game. Even though it's not a huge shader, it can definitely be the start of a big revolution in the game's graphic experience if the community embraces the idea. Initially, this shader type will be released only for Bedrock, but Mojang confirmed they are working to bring this graphic improvement to Java Edition soon. And well, now getting to one of my favorite parts of this update for sure is the addition of completely unique new mobs. The 3 variants involving the Ghast are Dry Ghast, Ghastling, and Happy Ghast, as their names suggest. Starting of course from the beginning, there in the Soul Sand Valley biome of the Nether, players will be able to find a new block called Dry Ghast. This ghast-like block can be collected and transported to the overworld. When you place it in water, it will start a rehydration process that after some time will result in the birth of a ghastling. Ghastling is a smaller, friendlier version of the ghast that floats around the overworld, showing curiosity about its surroundings. It's not to be confused with gaslighting, a manipulative behavior. Although it can't be ridden yet, it loyally follows the player and interacts with the world uniquely.
Well guys, let's go. At first, automatically, we'll be finding the Dryad Ghast, guys, right here in the Soul biome, okay? But the Dryad Ghast, which is this little ghast here, look, is practically calcified or basically dried out, right? It will be found in a way that's somewhat rare, almost like a dragon egg, but not extremely rare either. So you walk around here, man, through the Soul biomes, and you'll have to try to find this Dryad Ghast hidden around. At first, I think it'll be easier to find it, for example, near these bones here that are also inside the Soul Sand biome. Once you find it, guys, you can basically, for example, come here with your hand, break the Dry Ghast, and you'll collect the Dry Ghast. And well, after collecting the Dry Ghast, we'll actually have to go back to the overworld to start hydrating it. Let's turn on the portal here and return to the overworld. Guys, I just hydrated the Ghast here. Let me try to do it with the second Ghast. I placed the Ghast in the water to see if its face gradually changes. Let's observe. Guys, look how cool. We have our second Ghast converted here, and look, they automatically start making a different sound. You can see its little red gills here, man. It looks like a kitten, right? Mixed with a ghost.
And here's the trick. Your goal is to feed it snowballs to help keep it happy and hydrated, and over time, just like a Pokemon, it will evolve into a happy ghast. Well, my friends, here we reach the climax. Is it allowed already, I wonder? Is it already permitted? Can we celebrate now? Of course, because yes, the Happy Ghast is simply a revolutionary new rideable aerial means of transportation designed specifically for multiplayer. Basically, being the adult and evolved form of Ghastling, it keeps its friendly nature, offering a brand new feature, the possibility of being ridden. With a new special craft, players will be able to make a kind of saddle that, when placed on the Happy Ghast, will allow them to fly through the Minecraft world, exploring the map from a completely new perspective. The interesting thing is that this mob can carry up to 4 players at the same time, making it a valuable tool for group adventures and aerial builds. I found this interesting as it enhances multiplayer gameplay. Mojang appears to have focused on this area, adding a feature exclusively for those who enjoy multiplayer gameplay. But of course, what we can't forget to mention about the Happy Ghast is that it literally works as a stable aerial platform. In other words, when you dismount from it, when you get off it, you don't fall, you literally stay on top of it, just like it's a floating block. It's almost like having a creative mode built into survival, but without losing the charm and challenge of the game. And of course, at this moment, Vinicius Trezim must be going crazy over red dust, that is redstone, thinking about how many farms he could improve using this feature.
I can, man. Sit here on the Dryad Ghast and I can easily control it with the following commands. Look, I can fly here with the Ghast by pressing space. I can control it with the mouse, and by pressing the S key, guys, I can go backwards and also fly together with this Ghast, right? Showing you guys more or less how the flying mechanism works using this Ghast, man. Really interesting, guys. You can literally fly in all directions using this Ghast. There are several color variants and it still works with that strategy. Look, if I press shift, man, it pauses as if it were a block. I can literally, guys, stand on top of it as if it were a standing spot and place blocks, man. I can build on top of the Dryad Ghast. So if I want to position myself to build from top to bottom, man, it works really well. And I can sit on several benches, right? Actually, 4 players can fit here on the Dryad Ghast. So 4 players can ride together with me here on this Dryad Ghast. And man, what impresses me is that the community managed to develop a functional Dryad Ghast, man, before Mojang, guys, in less than 24 hours after the trailer was released. That's insane, guys.
And well, another addition that's worth mentioning is the location bar. Mojang introduced the location bar to improve the multiplayer experience. And this new feature temporarily replaces the experience bar and shows the direction and distance of other players in the world. Each player is represented by a colored icon, making identification easier and promoting more efficient cooperation during matches. For those playing with friends, it's easier to navigate and meet up, as there's always that slowpoke who can't read coordinates. However, this would be very useful on minigame servers. This bar can be used not only as a location tool but also for new features on minigame servers. And well, my dear friends, of course Mojang in this Minecraft Live talked about a movie, Minecraft. Yes, that's basically the title of the movie that will premiere in theaters starting April 3rd, 2025. This feature film, based on the game, has generated many comments online. Personally, I think it will either be a hit or a miss. Or it's going to be something really lame, boring, and annoying with something that has nothing to do with the game. Or they're really going to surprise us and make a fun story based on elements from the game we've played our whole lives. And the plot basically consists of 4 people being transported to the cubic world of Minecraft, where they will need to master the skills of this universe along with Steve to protect the world they live in. The community is split on expectations. While some fans are eager to see how the Minecraft universe will be translated to the big screen, others are concerned about adapting such an open and creative game into a linear narrative. The initial images and trailers sparked much debate, particularly about the appearance of the characters and creatures. If you happen to be from São Paulo, the active Minecraft community on Twitter and Instagram, A Comunidade EMC, has organized a group movie viewing at Shopping Eldorado on April 5th at 5:40 post-meridian. For more info, check Twitter or Instagram, call your friends and meet me there for a photo. Continuing with in-game news, snapshots featuring truly fascinating content are still being released. The first and maybe the most important one is the custom SPAWN targets. Yes, now when you pick up an egg, you can be sure that each egg will have unique textures that reflect the mob they spawn. And well, to our delight, the size of the egg changes according to the size of the mob. There he is a million times with big and small eggs. Eggs of various textures and flavors for giving or selling, a small detail that polished the game. Finally, something I have mentioned in at least 10 videos, the game lacked fallen trees, but in Snapshot 25W09, 8 fallen trees arrived in the Java version, serving as extra decorations and improving the game further. Variants of oak, birch, jungle, and spruce have been introduced so far. Since they took this feature from Bedrock and brought it to Java, they also included the option to disable Trinitratoin explosions. This feature will be helpful when playing multiplayer peacefully and your friend keeps destroying your creations. But I have to admit, at this point the game really lost me because it took away one of the few joys that a good troll player has. Personally, I'm really enjoying this new update format as the focus has significantly changed. There were times when we waited an entire year or even more for an update because back then updates really took a long time, and when they finally arrived they weren't all that great. Now we have a really fast cycle with the game always evolving without needing long pauses or big breaks to improve your gameplay. And man, one thing I can't forget to mention is that just a few weeks ago, the community was shaken by an alleged official leak on Reddit about what would be coming in this big update. Surprisingly, despite getting many things wrong, this leak accurately predicted some aspects of Minecraft Live weeks in advance. There are still unconfirmed elements from the leak that may appear in the game. To be specific, this leak revealed a new flying mob that would exclusively appear in cold biomes. It would have a frozen texture, soft wings, and would be peaceful. The coolest part would be that it would fly up to you and you could ride it. And believe it or not, according to this leak, this mob could carry up to 2 players, but with limitations. With 1 player, it flew up to 40 blocks high, with 2 only 25 blocks. The leak stirred up the community, but it wasn't accurate. Instead, we got the Happy Ghast, which is just as good. A Reddit user predicted and revealed interesting things such as structured chests, but how they did it is unknown. In this content, it talked about special chests with valuable items that would require relics to be opened. So in dungeons, like that ship in the end, or even in the Woodland Mansion, we'll have a kind of new chest that could only be opened with specific items. While not mentioned at Minecraft Live, adding a Dungeons update with new exploration features would be interesting, especially considering the recent Trial Chambers edition. And last but not least, this leak described a new Minecraft Dungeons called Minecraft Dungeons Reborn Legends, which seems to be a direct continuation of the 2019 Minecraft Dungeons. In the announcement trailer for this new game, 2 players explore an ancient city when a giant frame lights up, revealing a huge monster like an Arden. 2 more players appear, the screen freezes, revealing the game's title. The release date would supposedly be spring of 2026, so it's pretty soon. Honestly, we haven't had anything unofficial about this, but it's worth considering at least a little since the guy pretty much got the flying mob right, and believe it or not, he nailed the location bar too. Yes, in the leak, he talks exactly about it, just as we saw in Minecraft Live. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram at Eminine77